walk into a room and go, "Speedy toilet, call me like in Ohio, for real, oh God, no cap."
Hi guys, welcome to F.A.K.E, funny and kind of educational podcast.
That's like your group chat, our group chat, unhinged, oversharing, but this one is somehow still kind of educational.
Right, and now we have a very thrilling topic for you guys, and maybe some of you very similar to this one. In today's podcast, we're diving into the fascinating world of Brainrot diaries.
Today we're getting to the mess that is going on the internet, the land of chaos content, unhinged content, weird TikToks, and why Gen Alpha is both iconic and possibly doomed.
But before that, for you that new here, welcome. Hi, I'm Khansa, and this is my bestie, Alva.
So sit back, relax, grab your snacks, grab your iced coffee, make your group chat, and let's scroll, but like, mindfully.
Okay, Alva, what do you think Brainrot actually is?
Great question. Brain rot isn't like a literal disease. It's like what happens when your brain gets overstimulated from watching too much chaotic and low effort content.
Oh, I know, like rapid fire TikTok, loud sound effect, endless memes, that AI generated gibberish. There's so many of that.
Exactly. It's like that weird mix of being super entertained, but like also super exhausted afterwards.
That's right. Well, as far as I know, brain rot is when you consume content, but that content is no longer stimulating your brain in a healthy way. Instead, it's overwhelming it. So, your brain just shuts off and then lagging as if it cannot learn and think critically.
And while it might feel funny and harmless at first, especially for kids, this overstimulation can actually mess with focus, attention span, emotional regulation, and language development.
Yep. So it's not just haha funny toilet man. No, it's actually shaping how our mind grow, think, and express themselves.
Basically, if your feed feels like a circus of nonsense and you can finish a 2-minute video without skipping, then you might be experiencing a little brain rot.
Alright, let's get more serious, guys. I think brain rot isn't just some cute little buzzword, but it's actually messing with our actual brain development, especially among the Alpha who are exposed to these contents from such a young age.
Right, Gen Alpha. That's the generation born after 2010. These kids are growing up on screens and they are swiping before they can even speak.
That's right. Gen Alpha this day, even my cousin, they love spending hours watching brain rot things on his phone. I don't understand, but they love short content like tung 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 sahu or bomba crocodile. Well, y'all think what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, we all know that too much screen time can be tough to their little eyes.
It's such a hassle to use glasses, especially in a young age. Like glasses at 5, like that's a big no. Letting kids watch low quality content can also lead to some pretty serious issue like cognitive overload. Cognitive overload caused by watching too much low quality content can make the brain exhausted and slows down the development of the white matter in their brains. In the end, it messes with their speaking skills, memory, and decision making skills. The result? Low attention spans, difficulty expressing thoughts, and relying on crack catchphrases like "yes" and throwing to NPC instead of using real vocabulary.
Yeah, totally. And you know what? I once watched this video about brain rot on YouTube. Basically, this video shows how brain damage can worsen over time. When our brain is affected, these kids may feel emotionally numb or experience rapid mood changes. They sometimes switching mood from happy to sad or angry in just like split seconds. And this is constant change makes it hard for kids, yeah, again, to express their feeling honestly. And besides, it also can lead to a negative self-concept such as comparison trap, distorted reality. Well, basically, this is how kids often look at all those perfect pictures online and then start comparing their life to them. Well, I think this is really messing with their self-esteem and make them feel like there's a big gap between what they see and what's actually real. And as a result, they might end up feeling anxious, depressed, or just not great about themselves.
Nowadays teachers need to find a way to catch kids' attention while teaching so they won't get bored or easily distracted. They gotta turn their lessons to full-on Netflix shows just to hold attention. It's wild. Like, teachers have to be educators, content creators, and crowd control experts.
Indeed. Not only that, this teacher has to deal with kids that love bouncing off the walls. Well, yeah, it's not rare to see kids running and yelling, but these days, These kids love to sprinting around and, screaming skibidi toilet like it's some kind of school Olympic.
I don't know how they get the confidence to do that, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, I totally get it. Oh, and also, this is somewhat funny. So I watched a live stream on YouTube once, and this comment section was filled with so many new slangs. Like, we're not even that old. Like, we haven't even touched our 20s yet. But I feel like I'm reading a language from another world.
I know, right? Like TS, PMO, ICL, NGL. Like we need to talk about this. The most entertaining or maybe terrifying symptom of all of this Gen Alpha slang.
Yeah, no, seriously. These kids literally speaking in code. Like, full quick take Roblox for an easy language.
Let's run through a few. I got a few here. So first one is TBD, originates from a bizarre series of toilet-headed TikTok characters used now in most random content. It actually originated from the song that they used in the video, like yes, and it's now used in the most random context. Like you know the song like the sticking on your cap or on your wrist,
yeah.
there's a skibidi, there's a random tags, like that song. The second one we got Riz, short for charisma. Like he got no Riz means he's awkward. Like he got no game. And the third one we got usually yelled when someone sees a thick or curvy person. Yeah. And the fourth one we got non-NPC, non-playable character, used to describe someone acting weird or robotic. It's actually at first it was used as a gaming term, but now it's used as a slang to describe what I've said before, used to describe someone or acting weird or robotic. And the fifth one, we got phantom tax. The act of taking a portion of food from a friend, essentially taxing their snack stash. It actually originated from a streamer called Phantom. If you watch Kaizenat Circle, like I watch a lot of Kaizenat clips. Yeah, those are the slides.
Oh, but I think you forgot one.
What is it?
Ohio.
Oh, right.
Like, they say, like, only in Ohio, as if wherever they curse and weird happens, that's Ohio.
They'll walk into a room and go, skippity toilet parking like in Ohio, for real, oh god, no, how?
Yeah, I mean, somehow, every kid in class understand that sentence. Meanwhile, the teachers, if I was a teacher, I would like,
did I just have a stroke?
This new slang is wild, but honestly, kind of creative. It shows how language evolves, even if it's evolving into memes. Like, memes are still culture, you know?
Yeah, agreed. But it's also a symptom of brain rot culture, guys. Like constant exposure to chaotic, race-based content that spills into real life language. I think that's bad.
These kids are memeing in real life. Their humor is absurdist, hyper-specific, and algorithm trained.
Yeah. Now imagine if you being a teacher in this timeline and you're trying to explain multiplication and then one kid, this specifically kid, just yells, "Skibidi."
Like, bro, what is even the lesson plan for that?
I know, right? Like, teachers now have to be educators and entertainers. It's like teaching and going live on TikTok every day.
So not only do teachers have to teach, they are dealing with emotional regulation issues, strong focus, and meme-possessed chaos.
Yeah. If anyone deserves a rise, I think it's these teachers that live in this KBD era, guys.
Right, they're not even paid enough to begin with, and they're especially not paid enough for all these chaos. Brain rot isn't just some silly trend; it's a real thing messing with our brains, especially the little ones. And while it can be funny and relatable, it's something we gotta start being more aware of.
Alright, y'all, now we've talked about what brain rot is it really dangerous? Now let's talk about how to survive this mess.
Because if we don't offer solution, this podcast will basically be a giant complex session. Like your friend Will says, I'm tired, but actually never does anything about it.
Okay, from my POV, I think my first tip is try to uninstall TikTok, guys. I mean, this app is like the source of all this chaos, right? So what if we try to, uninstall it for 20 hours first? I mean, yes, it's like feel like plugging the plug on your life support, but I promise you, your brain will be buzzing thanks to you.
Or at least you can change your FYP. Like, if it's all chaotic edits, shift to something mildly educational, or you can also replace doom scrolling with intentional scrolling.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. You can also follow pages that, teach your stuff like how to cook, or maybe just a page that reminds you outside life exists.
I also really recommend you guys try hanging out. Like, seriously, leave the house, please. Take a walk through the park. Look at the trees. Remember, the color green isn't just something you see through Instagram filters.
You won't die if you don't check your phone for 1 hour. Well, unless your phone is your only lifeline into society, then in this case, this podcast can help you. Sorry. But guys, seriously, talk to people or start journaling. It will help you a lot.
Try having real conversation. Something that's starting to feel underrated these days. Feels like we're texting instead of talking face to face. Or you guys just can start to write stuff down. Journaling helps our brain instead of turning into 37 open tabs that never load. So what did we learn today, Rusty?
What did we learn today? Well, my heart is real. Gen Alpha might be raised by TikTok and we'll probably need to blame her.
These memes are funny, the slang are chaotic, but when everything starts to feel like skipping forward, maybe it's time to touch some grass.
Agreed. But here's the good news, guys. Awareness is power. You don't have to delete everything or live in a cave. No, just blend the chaos with something real.
Like journaling, going outside, reading, or talking to an actual human.
Well, and if you're a teacher, parents, or older sibling, you guys basically on the front line. Keep an eye on what kids are watching, and because this content does shape our behavior.
This has been Brain Rot Diaries, where we overshare, overthink, and overanalyze the internet so you don't have to.
We'll be back next week with more chaos, commentary, and probably a music.
Until then, stay unhinged, but stay smart.